Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. Today, I want to dive into something that's incredibly close to my heart, accomplishing goals, particularly when it comes to your health and overall well-being. Now, setting goals is something we all do, whether it's deciding to lose a few pounds or improve our fitness, or even something bigger like a career change or building a life of our dreams. But how do you actually get there? How do you take that vision into your head and turn it into reality? Well, I've got a method that's worked wonders for me, and today I'm going to walk you through it step by step. Are you ready to revolutionize your health and reconnect to your primal self? Welcome to the Primal Shift Podcast. One company that's bridging the gap between skincare and skin health is our sponsor, OneSkin. I've been using the topical supplements for the face and body, and I was quite impressed with the improvements in my skin's appearance. Their OS01 peptide is scientifically proven to target cellular aging, helping your skin look, feel, and behave as if it was younger. As a listener, you'll get 15% off your first OneSkin purchase with code MCOMER at oneskin.co. That's oneskin.co. And now let's get back to the episode. So the first thing I do is I clearly articulate the goal. You know, there's something powerful about saying it out loud. This is what I want to achieve. It's not just about putting it into words, but really crystallizing that vision in your mind. When I was in my early 30s, I told my wife lightheartedly that I wanted to work on my blog full-time and to quit my day job by the time I turned 40. That was a pretty big goal, right? But by articulating it, I made it real. It wasn't just a daydream anymore, it was something I had committed to. Next, I take that goal and envision how I'll feel when I've reached it. This is where the magic really happens. Our brains are powerful tools, and visualizing is a way to tap into that power. There is a ton of science behind this. Studies have shown that when you vividly imagine achieving your goals, your brain starts to treat it as reality. Your neurons start firing as if you've already achieved it, which in turn influences your actions and decisions. For example, back when I decided to focus on my blog, I'd imagine myself sitting at my desk, working on something I was truly passionate about without the constraints of a 9-to-5 job. I'd picture the freedom, the satisfaction of creating content that resonated with people, and guess what? By consistently visualizing that life, I unconsciously set the wheels in motion to make it happen. I started prioritizing my blog, learning new skills, and making connections that would eventually allow me to quit my day job just like I'd envisioned. Defining a timeline is another crucial step. You need to set a deadline for your goals. Without a timeline, your goals can remain in the realm of someday. And as we all know, someday often never comes. For my blog, I gave myself until I turned 40. That deadline wasn't just a random number. It created a sense of urgency. It pushed me to keep moving forward, even on days when I felt like slacking off. But here's the thing. Your timeline doesn't have to be set in stone. Life happens, and sometimes things don't go exactly as planned. But having a timeline gives you something to aim for. It keeps you accountable and helps you measure your progress. Now, there are certain goals, depending on how big they are, that you might never reach, and that's fine too. But setting something as a goal, as big as it might be, and having it in the distant future is still a goal that you can work towards to get as close as possible to that goal, even if you never reach it. That's perfectly fine too. Taking action is the next step, and this is where many people get stuck. It's easy to get lost in the excitement of dreaming and planning, but if you don't take action, nothing changes. And my approach is simple. What can I do today that gets me one step closer to my goal? It doesn't have to be a massive leap, just something that moves the needle. Maybe it's writing a new blog post, researching a topic, or reaching out to someone who can help me. These steps add up over time, and before you know it, you're one step closer to your goal than you ever thought possible. Now let's talk about the importance of visualizing your future. So right now, I have a pretty clear vision of what I want my life to look like. I envision a life where the only thing I have to do every day is to take care of our animals that feed us. You know, I'm not talking about becoming a commercial farmer and making money with it. No, I'm talking about just being able to go outside, make sure the animals are fed, water, and shelter, and everyone is healthy so they can provide us with food. That's the only responsibility I'd like to have in my life. And I see myself, sitting on a porch with a cup of my favorite beverage, whatever it might be at that time, overlooking the property and watching the animals graze contently. And I envision feeling, in fact, when I think about that, I feel blessed and grateful to be able to experience that, even if I haven't experienced it yet, at least not to the degree I envision. And I just love the feeling of knowing that I have nothing going on tomorrow other than the things I absolutely want to do. That's my dream. That's my vision right now. That's my goal. And I want to achieve this by the time I turn 50. So at this recording, I'm turning 43. So I gave myself 7 years to get there. But that vision isn't just a wish. It's a guidepost. It keeps me motivated to keep working hard, to make the necessary sacrifices today so that I can live that life in the future. And every time I envision it, I get a little closer to making it my reality. So if you're struggling with achieving your goal, start with these steps. Articulate your goal. Envision how you'll feel when you reach it. Set a timeline and take action every day. Trust me, these steps can make all the difference. Whether it's your health goals, career goals, or any other dreams you have, you can make them happen. If you can envision them, you can make it happen. Remember, your goals aren't just distant dreams. They are future realities waiting to be realized. And the more you focus on them, the more they'll guide your actions and decisions. And that's incredibly important. You obviously need to work to reach those goals, but you can set the wheels in motion by doing all of the things that I've discussed in this episode. All right, that's all for today. I hope you find this episode helpful and inspiring. If you did, make sure you subscribe and share it with someone who could use a little motivation. Until next time, keep working towards those goals. You've got this.
Next on the Primal Shift podcast, we welcome David Milburn, an expert in air optimization and CTO of HypoAir, to dive deep into the hidden world of indoor air quality. David breaks down why the very air we breathe inside our homes might be impacting our health in ways we never considered. From mold and bacteria growth to harmful chemicals and VOCs, he reveals how our indoor environments can trap pollutants that would otherwise dissipate outside. David also explains how technology can help mimic natural processes to create fresher, cleaner air indoors. If you're looking to transform your space into a healthier environment, this episode is packed with practical insights you won't want to miss. Tune in for a fresh perspective on air quality and its critical role in your overall well-being.